now. Break it down now.
Welcome back to Fishing with Stony Stone podcast. Man, I got an epic day to tell you about. But before I do that, I got to introduce my co-host,
Darren with Standard Issue Fishing Teams.
Standard Issue Fishing Team. And you know what? I got a couple special guests today.
We got one sitting over there.
We got one sitting here.
Yeah.
Kansas City Jimmy, all the way
legend.
from Kansas City.
The
The
legend.
legendary Kansas City Jimmy comes out and goes catfishing with us. He's gone striper. And every time he goes out, he catches fish.
Yep.
And today, man, we went out with D Lakes Guide Company and got him on some great salmon. And we're going to talk about that tonight. So I'm excited about that. We got a great show. We got some great guests, and we'll see where this thing goes.
Yep.
Right?
It's gonna be a good night.
Yes, it's been an epic 2 days of fishing.
2 days.
2 days. We went out
For
Sunday.
you.
Well, 2 days
Some of
for
us
me.
have to work.
Some of you have to work, but I went out on Sunday with Rob Stoddard, and I actually said it right. I said Rob. I got to start
Yep.
saying Robert because he gets mad at me when I said Rod.
Yeah.
Rod
yeah.
Stoddard, but it's Robert Stoddard's Guide Service. Went out with him. We go out with him quite a bit throughout the year,
Yep.
and he got us on some salmon, and it was an amazing time. And
It was
then
a good time.
we went out today. Well, some of us went out today,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to talk about that today.
Yep.
So, without further ado, let's bring on our main guest, Devin Lake. What's up, buddy? How are you, man?
How's it going? It's going.
Dude, we're going to turn you up a little bit because I can't hear you. There we go.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, so man, it was great getting out with you today on the Feather River, doing some salmon. It was me and Anthony, I should say Anthony, Jimmy, and I, Kansas City Jimmy. Devin, introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us who you are, what do you do, and then we'll get into our day, and then we'll talk a little bit about how people can get a hold of you to book a trip. So, who are you?
Yeah, I'm Devin Lake. I started my guide service business last year, this last striper season. I've always wanted to guide as I got older. Financially, finally got into a place where I could afford to get my guide's license, my captain's license, get a boat that was worthy of guiding out of. Grown up fishing quite a bit. Always enjoyed the river just because you never know what's coming up the river. It could be a 50-pound striper. It could be a 50, 60-pound salmon. It could be a 70-pound sturgeon. You never know what's coming up the river. So that's why I like the river best out of anything else.
How long you been fishing?
I started fishing ever since I was just a little kid. I remember a little story. One time I was up at Lake Francis and my dad was there with me and he kept telling me, quit reeling the dang reel or the rod in. Quit reeling it in. Quit reeling it in. If you reel it in again, you're done. So I reeled it about 2 foot from the bank and I had a piece of chicken liver on there. Next thing you know, my Scooby-Doo rod was screaming and had a 4 or 5 on there.
Nice.
Yeah,
We like to call that knee high to a grasshopper. He's been fishing since he was knee high to a grasshopper.
that's right.
Yep.
I started fishing striper, I don't know, probably about 14 years old. My neighbor would take me out and my baseball coach from high school took me out a time or two and I was like, man, this is awesome. I gotta get into this. And I ended up buying a little boat from my neighbor that he was selling and I just started hitting the river all the time, chasing that bite. And then eventually moved up to a bigger boat. And then from that boat, graduated to my big boat.
Very nice.
And that boat scoots, I tell you,
Does
we
it?
were going down that river quick. I'm like, man,
Nice.
what was kind of interesting after today, right? We've been spending a lot of time on the river with salmon, and a kind of light bulb went on for me today. Is I figured out what my next boat is.
But was it a bright light or just kind of
It
a?
was kind of a dim light.
Okay.
But I think I've kind of made the decision that the next boat's going to definitely be a jet. So
Okay.
after that, I don't know what that means, but it's definitely going to be a jet because I want to spend more time on the river and It just means money.
Yep, yep.
Kansas City Jimmy is actually my brother-in-law. He's like, yeah, we're gonna see if your wife lets that money go or not.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Um, but so that was great hanging out with you today. Getting to know you, getting to your. How long you been guiding? Just this year?
Just this year, yeah.
Yep.
Started guiding this year. I've
Nice.
been,
And so what, over the years, guys that follow me know that I just really got into fishing during COVID. That's when Old Farts Fishing kind of started, not knowing, my stories start with Ellis Lake.
Hmm.
Going there and fishing for catfish and bluegill and bass out of Ellis Lake
Dead
and
bodies.
dead bodies,
Whatever.
shopping carts. But that's where I got started, and I started doing videos and started meeting a lot of great guides. And the one thing that I was really impressed with Devin as I got to know him today is that he's taken the time to get his guide license, get his Coast Guard, get his captains, do all the right things to do it the
Yep.
right way. I hear so many horror stories of guides that are out there that basically, do what I did, got a guide license.
Yep.
Well, that doesn't mean you have a free ticket to guide.
No.
There's a lot of other stuff you have to do, and this is why I don't guide.
Yep.
I got a guide license more from a business perspective of, I needed to do what I do and make it legitimate for, what I write off for fishing and things
Yep.
like that. But Devin, he's doing it the right way. So hats off to you, brother, for doing it the right way and doing what you do.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So Devin, have you been in the Sacramento, California area your whole life, or?
Yeah, I've grown up in Lomarica, and I moved to Browns Valley. Uh, what, 5 years ago? Time flies nowadays, but maybe
Yep.
4 or 5 years ago, moved over out of the house when I was 18 or 19, and got a place over here, and that's where I've been stationed since. But I used to work out of town a lot, working for an explosive company before, so I got to fish a couple cool spots too. I've fished in New Mexico, Elephant Butte Lake, caught some walleye, some, I think they call those white bass because they're in the lake there.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Did you say you worked with explosives?
Yes.
I
Is that
did.
where you learn how to fish?
Yeah.
Bring him to the surface. Boom.
When they're not fighting, there's always a way to get them.
There's always a way to get
There
him.
you go. Heck yeah, I like it.
So Devin, we went out today. When you reached out to me, say, "Hey, man, I want to be in your podcast." So I appreciate that. Guys that want to get on, we're all about supporting local small business, guides, tackle shops, guys that fish that have their own business. So you said, "Hey, let's go out fishing. We'll do a trip." And so Anthony and I went out, and I'm like, "Hey, my brother-in-law from Kansas City's coming out. Let's get him on and let's talk about today." Today was just friggin' amazing. I got Kansas City Jim. It's past his bedtime. He's a few hours ahead, so we're going to get him in here. And you're welcome to stay, or you can go to sleep. We'll do whatever you want to do. So let's start with Kansas City Jim. What did you think of your trip today?
So that's the first time I've gone salmon fishing. So obviously in Kansas you don't get
There's not many salmon in Kansas.
And I will say this, that it's the first time I've been with a guide. All my fishing trips so far has been with Stoney, and
Oh God.
That's not a guide.
and that's why I'm saying this is the first time I've had a guide. And so, and what he said earlier is true. Every time I've gone out, we've always caught fish. And so I look at it as, I don't see why people are saying that this is such a tough sport. I mean, we've always caught something, but this is probably the first time where I started to really understand a lot of the mechanics. And I think Devin was very patient on a new person with me. Unfortunately, it technically was a work day, so I did have a few conference call on the river.
Yeah.
But I felt that I was well taken care of on here, and I'm a person that when it doesn't matter what it is, if it's stuff around the house, or the first thing I look for is what I feel that is a good value. and I felt that I was well taken care of. The stuff I really didn't want to do, I didn't have to
You
do.
didn't have to clean fish. You didn't have to touch fish.
Yeah, I learned a lot of different things. I guess I don't know if this is a lot different way to fish for salmon than the stripers that we've done in the past or the catfish we've done in the past.
Very
But
different.
to me, it was I got to have all the fun without any of the part that most people don't like to do. So
Yep.
I had a
Nope,
great
that's-
time, and like I said, I look for value on anything I do, and I thought I got a lot of value and out of it. So I was
Very
very
cool.
happy.
And you lucked out because it's the first year salmon's been open in 3 years.
Yes.
I mean, not a lot of people get to come from out of state and fish for salmon here in California. You know, so
And just to let you know that I guess the first salmon we caught, I was able to catch that. And I was about to get the last salmon, but the tree ended up deciding to do something different to the line. So
yep,
we missed out on the last one.
yeah, it happens though.
No, and technically, we got to definitely address this. I think we got it backwards. You missed a salmon, and then you caught a salmon. That's
Yeah.
how it unplayed.
Yep, yep.
So you
Yeah.
got one that got into a tree, and that one got away, and then we caught you on another salmon. So
Yep, technically.
technically, that's how I remember it.
That's
Right,
Yeah.
Devin? That's how it unfolded, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
The video will show that we missed the salmon, and then we caught a salmon.
But it was a great day.
That was a great day.
That's all that matters. Any day on the water is better than a day at work. Yeah,
The best, I mean, there was a lot of great parts of the day, but for me, we catch a salmon, you miss a salmon. We had a few takedowns, we missed a few opportunities, but the epic part of the day for me was when we had a double hookup. That
Yeah.
was just, and wait till I get that video out. I'm on a fish, I'm fighting a fish, and Jimmy thinks he's snagged up, and I'm looking at Anthony go, dude, you're the snag master. Get this guy unsnagged, right? And then Anthony goes over like, he's not snagged. He's got a fish. He's got a fish. And I'm like, holy crap, we got a double. I've never had a double on a salmon trip. And if you watch the video when I get it out, you'll see the salmon I'm hooking up. And all of a sudden you see this big old log in the water. And Devin's like, there's a log. And I'm like, he's all lift. And I'm like lifting it. And you see the salmon. He goes on one side of the log. And I'm like, oh man, I'm in trouble. I lifted just enough. That salmon just went over the log, went around the log. We netted him. We got him in, knocked him out. Then we got to Jimmy's fish. And unfortunately, that one found the log. We couldn't get him out.
yeah.
Yeah, that one got wrapped around. He got stuck to it.
And Devin was ready. He was there. I'm like, he's ready to dive in. He's ready to unhook that fish. He had every intention to dive in to go get that fish, but it broke off before he stripped down. So
All right.
lucky for
All right.
Devin.
And one thing I will say, I mean, I didn't see this during the actual event, but I saw a little of the video, raw video that Stoney showed me. The person that was most upset about missing this was Devin. He just grabbed his hands and put it to his face.
He's just
And
like,
Yeah.
"Ah."
Yeah.
And so, for the first time, like I said, I've always caught a fish, and so this is the first time I actually know what it is to say the one that got away.
Yeah.
Or the tug is a drug. Dude,
Yes.
That tug was just.
Yeah.
I still remember when that rod went down and just seeing Jimmy's like, oh, we're like, come on, Jimmy. We're just like cheering him on. It was a great day, Devin, man. It was fun.
Yeah, we got lucky. We found a few fish. It definitely helped.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And and Devin worked. A lot of guides will go out there and take you on a boat ride, but we went to a spot. We weren't getting what we needed. We moved a spot. We moved around. He took his knowledge of the river, and we ended up trolling and definitely getting a few more fish on the troll bite. And we got one on one troll, went back up, got another one. It's like,
Very nice.
dude, it doesn't get much better than that. And by noon we were done. Noon, 1, something like that.
Yeah.
12 to 1, something like that.
So what kind of boat were you running, Devin? I wasn't there obviously today because
You had to work.
yeah, some of us had to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, I got it.
Scooter, right?
Right. Center.
Console
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
boat. Fortunate to find it when I did. That's for sure.
Yeah. So
Kind of hard to.
what'd you think of your day?
I thought today went pretty good. I definitely struggled, definitely grinded it out. Had some good help on the boat with, getting rods cleared, getting the net ready, getting the blood drained out of the box, everything. Made it easy for me today. But
Anthony's
yeah,
a great deckhand.
I think that the fish they weren't moving as much, or they weren't willing to bite on the move as much. So I figured we'd give them a shot and try to bring it to them, and it ended up paying off for us.
Yeah.
So today, I think, was it today or yesterday is the last day to be above Gridley. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. Above Live Oak launch ramp today is the last day.
Yep. So now what happens is so if you guys are fishing the lower feather, there's a lot of boats on the weekend.
Yeah.
And I think the season stays open till October 31st, correct?
Yeah.
So can you imagine all the boats that have been in the outlet and above that ramp? Guess where they're going?
American River.
Nope.
Oh,
They're moving down the feather. So you guys think it was busy before. It's going to be a lot busier down, is what I predict. What do you think, Devin?
Yeah, yeah, I predict it definitely getting a little more busy. I think people definitely need to be safe out there. There's some good sandbars showing that you can't tell, especially in the dark running down river.
mhm.
Definitely some low water spots that if you got a prop or you got a jet even, and I see them hang up on the sandbars too.
Yeah.
Definitely be careful if you're just now running down there.
Yeah, and what I tell people is you can go on Google, type in Feather River water flow. It'll pull up the very first website that pulls up is kind of where the water flows are. If you're running a prop, definitely go look at that. For me personally, I run a prop. For me to comfortably run in the river and the feather, that water flow's got to be at 5,000 feet was it
CFM.
CFM, right? Once you get below 5,000, you start getting to 4,000, it gets a little sketchy. There's definitely a lot of low areas. You can, trim your motor up and probably be okay. But if you don't want to ding that prop up, right now we're still at 6,000. And when I looked at it this morning, it was still at 6,000, but I did see a little bit of a drop. When I'm looking at the graph today, we definitely had some spots that were 2 feet deep. So word of caution, if you do not know the river, take it slow, go with a guide, do something, especially if you're in a prop. The river can get you. There's so many people that lost their lives on the river this year. It's insane. Know your limits, know your boat, know what you're doing, because you can get in trouble really quick on that river.
Yeah, we talked to one guy that he was out last week, and he said he got stuck.
Yeah, he got his sandbar with
Yeah.
a prop.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets dangerous out there.
Yeah.
And it's going to get more dangerous with more boats out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot more boats, a little bit lower water flow, and I just tell people be careful, know what you're doing out there, because it can get.
And that's one of the things Rob was saying yesterday. He's predicting that they were going to be dropping the water even more over the next few weeks.
Right.
So
Right.
it's going to get a little more dangerous.
Hence why I think my next boat is gonna be a jet.
Yeah.
Um, so, Rob, anything else? Rob, Devin.
Devin.
You said Rob.
I
That was
did.
good.
Sorry, Devin.
Devin, what else you got for us, man?
It's really easy to divert his attention.
Well, we usually have a safety meeting before the podcast, and you never know what's going to happen with the podcast after that. It's a shit show, but we're doing good today. So what else you got to tell us? Anything else about today you want to talk about, or
Yeah,
Uh,
big thing. The spinner bite's been pretty good lately. Seems to be any spinner really. It doesn't really matter if you get it in their face, and
they're wanting to bite, they're gonna bite.
And we
We have-
tested a few things, right? We threw some spinners out, a few different spinners, as well as cut plugs, right, to see kind of what was going to hit. And the spinner bite definitely was the ticket.
yeah, definitely the ticket. And it doesn't seem like any color per se is super outperforming any other color. It seems like any color is getting bit.
So let's talk about that, right? We did talk about that earlier, and we're talking about colors, right? And everybody says, well, this color works, or that color works, or chartreuse, or whatever brand you're gonna get. And I think we came to the conclusion is that what did we come? Remind me, what did we conclude with that conversation?
I believe we just came up with that if it's in their face and they're willing to bite, they're gonna bite it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I
If
think the proof was in the pudding when we had the double catch. I mean, describe the different spinners we had on it, and it just proves that one wasn't better than the other. It was just that you had to be
In
there
their
so they
face.
could see it.
Yeah, we're fishing midday. A lot of guys like to run, gold blade in dark, low visibility, light. We had sun straight over top, straight on top of the water. We caught a fish with a green blade with a gold underblade, and then we also caught a fish on a all silver that was purple and blue at the same time. So
Excuse me. Producer note.
Oh,
What did you say about where the sun was?
The sun was over top, right on the water.
Right over top, right over the water.
He's talking about waking up
what time
early.
of day is the sun right above the water?
okay. Let me put this in context. We took Eric out was it
Last
Sunday?
week.
Last week. And we made his ass get at the ramp at 4 o'clock in the morning to go out.
4:30.
4:30, yeah.
We launched at 4:30
No. So at the dock.
at the dock.
An hour drive to the dock at 4:30. So really leaving my house at 3:30.
And then
That's
we
about
get,
time we left, right?
right, but then we get on the water and you got to
I
sit.
mean, we all took the same drive, so I'm not saying you guys gave me extra punishment.
Well, we didn't give you
You
extra.
all went through it.
So his biggest gripe is that we get out there early. You can't even fish until an hour before sunrise. So we're sitting out there for a while waiting for sunrise. And he's sitting there going, we didn't even catch our first fish until like 10 o'clock. Why do we have to get here so early? And then Devin's talking about, well, we got the sun at the high point of the day. It's like, why do I have to get out there so early?
When
He
did
is
I
not
get my
a,
salmon? When did I get my salmon?
it was like 11 o'clock or something. 11:30.
No, it was 2 o'clock.
Oh, 2 o'clock, right at the end of the day. So
Yep.
he's still butthurt that he had to get on the water at 4:30, and he didn't get his first salmon until 2. So
I could just
Yeah.
go at 12 o'clock.
it,
Everything that needed to happen to make that catch happen would could have happened.
in their defense, sometimes it's an early bite though, and you got to get out there early. You got to stay grinding.
Yep.
and it's just part
Thank
of
you,
the
Devin.
culture. That's just what you do. It's just
As a
as a
fisherman.
fisherman, you get up early. The early bird gets the worm.
Well-
It's part of the whole experience. Come on.
To be fair, if we limited it out by 8 a.m., I would have been like, fantastic, but I'm fishing with Stony Stone.
You're gonna have to work your ass off. You have to. So here's the thing: as a fisherman, you go out there, you get fish early. You're like, well, now what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, like, man, the fishing is hot. We got to keep fishing, right? So you
Right.
keep fishing. Well, if the fishing is slow, you're like, well, I could get a bite. So you got
gotta
to keep
stay
fishing
here.
because I got to stay here. So that's the whole thing. You don't understand because you're not a fisherman.
So to
Not yet.
respond to Anthony, 4 a.m. got to get to the spot. That was not the spot we caught salmon at.
But it was the spot I caught a salmon.
It is.
Huh?
You got yours.
Yes.
So, but what
I
we
caught mine at about
concluded,
8.
as we digress, what we concluded with the colors is that
It doesn't
honestly,
matter.
it really doesn't matter. And what the hot colors are, whatever it is, if it's a purple, sparkly, hoochie, whatever, and everybody's saying that's what I caught on, well, guess what? Everybody's going to buy that
Mhm.
because that's what people are catching. Now, why are people catching? Because everybody's using it.
Yep.
It doesn't mean that nothing else works. It just means that, oh, the fisherman said that's what's going to work. Everybody goes buys it. Just a rule of numbers.
Yep.
They're going to catch more because
I don't know
why?
how to do
People
that,
are
though.
using it more. It doesn't mean it's a better bait.
No.
Now, is that what we concluded?
Yeah, I mean,
At the end of the day, if you got one bait that you're confident with and it's in the water all the time, you're gonna catch fish on it. But
Yes.
if you got other ones down there soaking too, they're gonna catch fish too. It doesn't. I think anybody can get out there, and find a good choke point that the fish are running through, and regardless if they got the green blade spinner, a single blade spinner, Yeah, the single blade might pick a fish up here a little more if you're in faster water, slower water. You know, you never know on the day, but just a little smaller approach to them, a little different profile. But overall, I mean, you get those spinners in front of their face and they're willing to bite, they're going to bite it.
And,
Yep.
and I have a old video that I did that kind of enforces that. And here's where I'm going with this. So in Clear Lake, we do a lot of catfishing.
Do we?
We do a lot of catfishing.
Not in months.
And one thing I was like, everybody's talking about bait, chicken, hot dogs, whatever watermelon chicken.
Watermelon
stuff
chicken,
to
baby.
Your favorite watermelon chicken. I'm like, you know what? These catfish will hit anything. So I went to the store. I did this video. Go to my YouTube page. You'll see it. And it says, I think the title of that is the Catfish Derby Secret Bait, right? Because that's where I use this bait. It shows me going to CVS or Long, whatever it was, one of the convenience stores, CVS. I went into the feminine hygiene product area. I bought some tampons, and I put that tampon on, and I caught a big ass, one of the biggest catfish I could catch on a tampon.
Clarify, you put it on your
On my-
on
my hook.
When you put it on, clarify that.
Now here's where I'm
Thank
going.
you for asking that question.
But here's where I'm going with this. If people watched that video and everybody started using a tampon, they would say, "Oh my God, that's the best bait ever." Why? Because everybody's using it as catching fish. Those fish are gonna hit anything. It doesn't matter.
But did you soak that tampon in Uncle Jimmy's stink finger?
I did not. So, to our point, as we digress, is that it's a fisherman's thing. People are gonna buy whatever the fishermen are telling you. The fish are gonna hit. If you got the right presentation, put it in their face, they're gonna hit.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're gonna hit.
the speed's probably the biggest factor, you know, not so much the color of the lure.
Yeah.
Yep, it's everything else that goes into it. Make sure those lures are working. Make sure and we even tried some with scent and some without scent. And again, there was no rhyme or reason. It didn't matter. We forgot to put scent on, and it hit. You put scent on, it hit. It did. You got to find the fish. You got to put it in front of their face. And as a fisherman, buy all that stuff that you want to buy. It makes you feel good. It gives you the confidence. Spend the money. Buy the stuff. Support the industry, support all the small business owners, buy all the cool stuff. Is it going to make a difference? I don't know. Go look at my garage at all the rods.
Buying fishing gear anytime is good times.
Yes, it's therapeutic.
It is. So buy every color there is.
I don't see why it's so hard. I mean, it seems like
Oh,
every
Jim.
time.
Kansas City Jim, he comes out. He's so spoiled. He comes out here and
Yeah.
catches fish every time. But, I wanted to start a new segment in my podcast called, the new segment is Fishing or Catching.
Yeah.
What are you doing this weekend? Are you fishing or are you catching? Because there is a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
And today, we caught.
Yep.
We went catching, right?
Yeah, we got lucky. We got fortunate. And
We got lucky. I
We
like to say it's skill because, we go out with a guide, we catch fish. We go out with my boat, and that is luck.
We don't
catch.
catch.
We're
What
lucky.
are you
if
talking about?
catch
We put you on the fish last weekend.
Who was driving the boat?
I was driving my boat, but we told you to come down and sit next to us.
What happened when you drove your boat?
That's how I got my fish.
No. Why
We
did-
went to his spot, pulled up to his boat,
Okay, but what
caught a
happened?
fish after they limited.
So what happened before that, though?
The excitement happened.
No
No.
The
No catching.
excitement
When I
happened.
got to the spot and you pulled it, what happened?
The excitement happened.
The excitement, yeah. The
Yes, I
excitement
forgot
of
to
what?
put the plug in the fucking boat.
Yeah, I forgot to put the plug in the boat, and all of a
Almost sunk
sudden,
my boat.
I see Darren pull up, gets his anchor all set. He's there. He walks back to the back of the boat and goes, "Oh shit!" And I'm like, I've never seen this old guy run as fast as he's like throws the anchor out. He's got a big old buoy on it, throws it out, and boom, they're gone. I'm like texting Anthony, "What's going on?" He's like, "Darren forgot to put the plug in." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
But
First time on the river.
guess what?
What?
I got it handled.
You got it handled. You took care of it, and you didn't sink. So that's
Nope.
good. Good job.
No.
Um,
And then caught fish.
and you got fish, so
Yeah.
it all ended well.
It was a great day. Scary, but great.
We always make we try not to make those mistakes, but when you do make the mistake, it's a matter of can you
Well,
overcome,
And
adapt,
you can
figure
make
it out.
that mistake, drive all the way back, and came back did not affect anything at all.
Nope.
Nope. And Eric's still sitting there going, I still can't put rods in the water. Why are we
Why
here
were
so
we
early?
this-
I could have slept in another 5 hours.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
well, let me just address that because we got there early today, right?
You
Yes.
did.
And
5:30, I think we launched.
And one of the things, at least you don't see in the city that often, is that what were we doing right before we launched? We were looking. It was a beautiful. The stars were still out. You could see
Half moon.
You could see Venus. You could see, I think, Jupiter, and you could even see a little bit of the Milky Way. It's something you don't see that often.
No.
To me, it just set the right tone for the day.
Yeah.
Me and my daughter both looked for that sky and saw none of it that morning.
Well, that's because you were looking for Uranus.
I was, and I could not see it.
Oh my God. Devin's going, what did I call into? I have no idea what these old parts guys are doing. Oh my God. I'm never calling into another podcast again.
They're just keeping it interesting.
Yeah. So we got out there, and probably the first few hours was a little slow. We're just learning how it. And so I thought something that Devin did was pretty good. We were doing strictly salmon, and
Right.
he said, this area is also good for
Striper.
Striper.
Okay.
And so while we were waiting, he said, "I bet you," or I didn't. I don't think you say bet.
He's
You
like,
almost
5
said,
minutes.
guarantee that in 5 minutes you'll catch one. So he went ahead, set it up, and it was less than 5 minutes.
Nice.
And
Very
so,
nice.
even though our main objective was to get salmon, he made sure, even during the slower parts of the day, that we were catching stuff.
Little
We
bit of
wanted to
filler.
make sure the legend from Kansas City got more than just salmon.
Yeah.
He got a couple striper and
Two stripers.
2 stripers.
Nice. Nice.
The limit is 2. They
Yep.
got to be 18 inches, but
Yeah,
I can talk about
two.
this. size.
Yeah, we'll be throwing both back.
but you caught them. That's all that matters.
Yep.
It's
Hey,
kind of like
that just speaks for the diversity that Devin can do, though.
no, it
I
is.
mean, he's going to keep the clients happy.
Well,
He's going to put them on some kind of fish.
so he read
Well,
the
it's
client.
slow.
He's
Yeah.
sitting there as we're sitting there waiting. Jimmy's just sitting there going, "I'm bored as shit. What the hell? This is boring." He's
Yeah.
like, "We're gonna get this guy in a striper."
There
he
you
looked
go.
it up, and then Jimmy he just wanted to catch a fish.
Yeah.
It didn't matter how big it was, but
Yep.
Devin read that, and it's like, "Hey, we're gonna get on," and you were happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
My streak was alive. I mean, how many years have I had this streak?
Hey, every year I've taken you out, and Devin kept that up and got you on the fish. The skunk was off the boat. It might have been a
good.
3-inch striper, but the skunk was off the boat.
There we go.
That's right. I do think there's still a good amount of striper in that river right now. Some real big ones holding in there. I think
Oh,
if
yeah.
a guy would go target some, actually, we did see a boat fishing for him down this morning. They were coming down fishing the flats. But I think if you go fish up a little higher, some of those deeper pockets, find some of those bigger fish, there's still definitely some good striper fishing to do right now.
This is the time of year
This
I
is the
actually
time.
kind of transitioned to fishing for the bigger stripers.
Well, especially when salmon was closed, this is the time we start start fishing for striper.
Yeah. Yep.
Fishing
Yep.
for striper, not striper.
Yep.
Never mind.
Wait,
And then-
you stripping?
No,
You don't
striper.
This
Striper.
is the time of year I catch my biggest striper too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Through September through December. Yep.
Yeah, and it makes it easier fishing.
With the river dropping, target them when they're going to be in those deep holes. Try to sneak in on them. Don't make a bunch.
Bunch of noise and get those lures in front of it.
That's a difference.
The bites.
I always target my big stripers, I hate to say it, in about 7 foot of water.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I
He
mean,
Stoney can attest to that. He's seen me do it.
Yep.
Just I like 7 foot where it's got a nice drop off on out to the outside, and fish come up there and they nail it.
Munch.
Yeah.
Munch. So Devin, don't want to take too much of your time. We're more than halfway through. You're more welcome to stay on. If we want to book, when we want to book with you, you guys that are watching this and you want to get on some fish on the Feather River or other places, Devin, where do you fish and how do we book? How do we get a hold of you to get a trip?
You can go on Facebook. You can go on Instagram. Check out D Lakes Guide Co. You can see how the recent fishing's going. See, what we're catching, what we're targeting. The prices are there in Instagram's notification center, or if you click on the profile, it'll give you in the bio list of stuff. You know what we're gonna target. We can target trout, salmon, striper. Um, my phone number's on there, which is 530-301-1616. You can always call me, shoot me a text. You could message me on Instagram, Facebook. I'll get back to you. Facebook, sometimes the messages get a little lost. I noticed that during striper season. It's hard to keep up with all the platforms. So a text would probably be best, or Instagram. I get them directly, but Facebook, somehow this year I had about 6 or 7 people text me, and I never seen them and never had the chance to get back to them, which is sad. But hopefully they found someone to take them and catch them some fish, or made it out and made it happen.
Perfect. So, Devin, you're more than welcome to hang on. Listen to the nonsense that we're going to continue with, or drop off, whatever you want to do. But we'd love to have you stick around. Um, Definitely, the one other place you're going to find his information is on oldfartsfishing.com. As soon as I get back from vacation, I'll be going on there and updating. I have a resource page on there that has a bunch of guides, phone numbers, contact information for guys that have either been on the podcast or people we fished with, but people we stand behind to say, hey, this is what you want to do from the ocean to the bay to the rivers. I've got guides on there. So if you ever want to look for a guide, go to oldfartsfishing.com and find a guide that's going to fit your needs. And there's a lot of them that we've networked with. And
You know what we
Yeah.
need to do one of these times? We always go with these guides, and they take us out and they catch us the fish we're targeting. We need to take some of these guides up there to Clear Lake and take them catfishing.
oh yeah, Devin, we got to get you in a catfish
Yeah,
tournament.
that'd be
a blast.
Yeah, that
Appreciate
would
you
be fun.
putting us on your
business too. Another thing I wanted to touch on real quick about the striper. You said you like targeting them in 7 foot of water.
Yep.
I'd say the best day of striper fishing we had during the season. We were limited out probably 6 minutes. We it was just one of those days that they let a bunch of salmon smolt down. The fish were boiling everywhere. We ended up getting 2 20-pounders. It was an epic day, and we were catching all those fish in 3.5 foot of water.
Yep. Yeah.
3.5 feet. So yeah, I definitely don't think there's anything too shallow. If they can swim in it and you got
Yep.
the right visibility, you stay away from them a little bit. You can catch them in any shallow water.
Yeah.
Well,
For sure.
I look at it as if you've got 20 feet of water, you're
Mhm.
trying to get a fish in 20 feet, and then you get a fish in 3 feet. Look at the difference. You got a bigger chance here than you do here.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
You gotta go through.
Narrows that alley up.
Narrows that alley.
Yeah.
Take out the net, shit.
Take out the net, scoop them up.
No. I've had them on, live bait in 7 foot of water where you can see the swirl where they're hitting your bait.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. Well, Devin, we had a great time with you today, man.
Yeah.
You got us on the fish. We got some cool footage that'll come out here over the next few days. Definitely go check out Devin and get on his boat. He's a new guide, up and coming. All these guys that have been doing it forever are going to have to retire at some point, and guys like Devin are coming out saying, "Hey, we're going to show you the new way of what we do and how we do it." And
Yep.
spending the day with him definitely showed me this guy's got what it takes. He's got the customer service side of it down. He's got his old business. We talked a little bit of business stuff out on the boat today, and I'm impressed. You don't see that a lot with the younger guys coming out, and it's kind of weird. I'm like 50
Year old.
years old. I'm starting to feel like an old fart, and getting out with Devin is like,
Now you're feeling like
dude,
an old fart?
no, it
How
hit
long
me.
has this brand been going up?
No, but it hit me today when I'm with Devin. I'm like, this guy's like, what, 24 years old?
Half your age.
Half my
Yeah.
age. I'm like, holy crap,
Less
I'm
than
old.
half He's more than half your age.
More,
How's that work? Yeah.
But just seeing where he is in his life and what he's doing, I was thoroughly impressed as being an old fart.
Yeah.
So, Devin,
All right.
good job, buddy.
The one thing I would like to say on the closing, I'm gonna.
He's gonna go back. He's got to go to bed.
So we were pretty much done for the day. We did the first pass of the trawling and stuff, and he said, "Well, we can go in, or do you guys want to do another
drift?
Another drift?" And it wasn't like, "Hey,
Time's up. Let's
yeah.
go.
And we said, "Yeah, let's do another one." And if we hadn't done it, we wouldn't have had that.
I wouldn't have got my fish.
Yeah.
I would have been
Yeah.
going home with no fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Which
Last
wouldn't be much different for you, though.
Shut up.
so I do appreciate giving us the extra opportunity. Otherwise, this would be a totally different podcast with somebody crying and spilt milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know this Devin guy, and man, we didn't
Yeah.
catch
He's always
shit.
crying and spilling
Anyway, Devin, thanks, buddy, for getting
Yeah.
on. Appreciate you. And we're going to talk some more nonsense, and you're more than welcome to stay on, or you can drop
Yes,
whenever you
thank
feel
you, Devin.
good.
All righty, appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
I'll have to
Good.
meet you in person one day.
I'm going to exit.
All right, see you guys. Look, everybody's bouncing. So Sunday we went out and did our normal fishing on Sunday. Went out
Yep.
with Rob. You know, we go out with Rob a few times a year.
Yep.
And one thing you'll learn about me is we go out with guides a lot.
Right.
Probably 4 or 5, 6 times a year. One is I like the fact that I was able to go out today and not have to hook my boat up, not have to do anything, but just go out and have a good time. And so
Yeah.
that's why, one reason why I go with guides. The other is I support the local economy, and I learn a lot, right?
Yeah.
I learn a lot from these guides, and I'm networking
And you
again.
need to learn all you need.
I need to learn a lot more, obviously.
always.
Thank you, Eric, for reminding me. But yes,
Always.
obviously. So Sunday we go out. So I got a little story to tell you. So here we are. We leave the house.
Wait,
Rob-
hold on. This guy.
I'm going to tell the story.
Oh,
Yes, hold on. I'm going there.
all right.
So Rob says we got to be at Boyd's Pump at 4:00, which
Mhm.
means we got to leave our area, like Citrus Heights or your Fair Oaks,
Yeah, Fair Oaks.
At-
About 3:15 or so.
3:15 in the morning. So we're going. Well, let me back up a little bit.
Mm.
My wife decided for my birthday, which was in June, to order me personalized plates for my truck.
Yep.
So I got some coming. They haven't come yet.
Right.
Well, about a week ago, I get my registration for my truck, and it already has the personalized plates on it. And I'm going, well, I don't have the personalized plates. I still have the regular plates.
Right.
So I don't know what to do. I mean, what do I run? Do I run the plates that are on my registration, which I don't have, or do I run the old plates? So I go to DMV, talk to them. They're like scratching their head. The lady's got to go talk to somebody. So they pull out the little red freaking sticker thing that
Yep.
you fill out. It's good for 30 days, saying this is your temporary registration or whatever until your plates come in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that expires here in the next few weeks. So I'm like, well, do I run my plate, not run my plate? I don't want to run a plate that's not the right plate. And they're like, well,
Right.
don't run your plate. Just take it off. I'm like, okay. So I take it off.
But
Now I'm running with no plates.
but they told you to put the sticker where?
Well, they said to put it on the back window, but my windows are tinted. You can't see it. So I just left it in the glove box.
Mhm.
So I have it in the glove box
Okay.
now. So we leave at 3:15 in the morning, going down to Boyd's Pump. We get off 99. We took that Wilson Road, whatever, to get on. And as soon as we turn at that light, there's 3 sheriff cars sitting there. They're outside their car shooting the shit, whatever. I drive by. I look at them. They look at me. I didn't think too much of it, but we're driving. We make the turn, and then I'm looking in my mirror, and I see these just headlights coming.
Mhm.
Well, we're at almost 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
There's nobody out there,
No.
and I see these lights coming, and they're getting closer, and they're getting closer, and they're getting closer. I look at Darren, and I'm like, "We're gonna get pulled over." He's all, "Why would we get pulled over?" I'm like, "I don't have
He
any."
didn't bother telling me he didn't have any plates on his truck.
I'm like, "I don't have any
Let's just
plates
add that
on."
part.
He's all, "What?" I'm like, "I don't have any plates on my truck." He's like, "What do you mean you don't have any plates?"
Don't act like you don't know what Mexican judo is.
So this car's getting closer and closer and closer, and I'm getting to the little Boyd's Pump boat ramp.
Little boys.
That little Boyd's Pump, the you know what I'm talking about. So I go and I turn my blinker on. As soon as I turn the blinker on,
This motherfucker almost gets us
it
thrown in
just
jail.
lights up my truck. If you ever been pulled over and that red light comes on, it warms up the inside of your vehicle, and it was like, oh shit. So I pull over, and Darren's just looking at me, shaking his head, and I'm like, look, we're good, we're chill. I put my hands on the wheel, I roll down all my windows. The guy's coming up real slow, and he looks in and goes, "Do you know why I'm pulling you over?" I go, "Yeah, I think so. It has something to do with no plates." He's all, "Yes."
Yep.
I go, "Let me tell you a story." So I give him the whole story about the plates and everything. He's just kind of looking at me. I hand him the paperwork. He looks at it, he's no problem. Just get your plate on when you can. And we asked him a few other questions
He
about.
told you, put your plate on because you stand less of a chance to get pulled over with the plate on than you do without a plate.
Yes. So then Darren's like, well, why are you guys all sitting on the corner anyway? You guys gonna do a bust or what?
Yep.
Well, what did the cops say?
They're out there picking up DUIs.
They're running LiDAR on Highway 99.
Yep.
How many DUIs did
They got 5 DUIs that night.
5 DUIs on Saturday night. The cool thing of this whole thing, and the moral of this story is the cool thing about this whole getting pulled over was here's a Mexican guy, a white bald guy with looks like a biker dude, and they never once asked for my driver's license.
No.
They never once asked for your driver's license.
Nope.
We were cordial. We were friendly. We gave them the information.
Well, they knew what you were actually out there doing.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it says Old Farts Fishing on the back of my van. I'm going to a boat ramp, but they never asked for any.
No.
Because normally you watch these stupid YouTube videos and all these
Yeah.
people, and they're like,
Yeah.
asking for ID, and
They're refusing.
yeah, they're refusing.
Yeah.
But this guy was just like, he never once even asked for it. Once we told him the story, I guess we looked like we knew what we were
I
talking
just
about.
think it's because I took my comply that morning.
You took your comply. But the whole traffic stop was literally 3 minutes.
Yeah.
He sent us on our way.
Oh, so I was going to ask you something before you
Uh-oh.
got into a tangent. Okay, where's that footage?
There was.
There
well,
was no
I don't have.
Bullshit. Where's your dash cam?
But
Where's your dash cam?
the dash cam shows the front. It doesn't
I
show
don't
the
give a
back.
fuck.
It doesn't show any of
Doesn't show the side.
the audio.
Audio? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still
Where
much.
the fuck's the audio?
It's-
You drove by them.
I have the
you-
foot.
Yeah.
I do have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
drove by, like,
all right,
pulled
so-
over, like,
so now you got to go
Where-
watch Driving with Stony Stone on
And see the
Facebook.
where's
rest
that
of it.
footage at?
You'll get the footage.
Okay, I bet.
Okay.
Fuck.
Now, because I'm going on vacation, my truck's gonna be parked. I'll have that footage still.
Yep.
So watch for
I'll
driving.
get that car before I leave tonight.
Yeah. So
There you
driving
go.
with Stony Stone, you'll see the whole interaction. It'll be on.
You'll hear part of it.
You'll hear part of it, but
Yeah.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram,
Yep.
driving with Stony Stone. You'll see all that interaction. See, this is why I have a producer that reminds me of all this stuff.
Yeah.
But yes,
Yeah.
there was dash cam footage. I just didn't get the.
Good.
We have the audio.
Good. When
It'll
was
be there.
this?
Sunday.
Saturday.
Sunday.
It should still be there.
Yesterday.
They should-
I run like 3 days on the
better
dash
be.
cam. Yeah,
Yeah.
it better be. I haven't done a whole lot of driving
But anyways,
we digress.
haven't drove
But
it.
that's our story with the
excitement, the pre-fishing excitement.
The pre-fishing. The cool part was
You
is
didn't even get handcuffed. It's not
Dude,
even
I didn't-
he was asking the cop to get handcuffed.
so the sheriff. I'm assuming it was Sutter County.
Sutter, yes.
Is hats off to them. Very respectful, very understanding.
Yep.
Didn't give me a ticket. Didn't ask for my ID. Didn't give me a hassle. And a lot of that has to do with I think these guys feed off of
Your energy.
You get what you give.
Yeah.
So we were professional. The cool thing that I found, well, not cool thing, this thing that I found is anytime you get pulled over, you want to make those officers feel as comfortable as possible. This
Yep.
is, they don't know you. They don't know what's going on. There's
No.
so many shady people out there that are doing things. If I can make them
I
feel
mean,
as,
just look at this right here.
I mean, this alone should warrant like,
We got to pull these fuckers
we got to
over.
pull these guys over. I mean, 3:30, it was like 3:50,
Yeah, about
almost
3:50.
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
These two guys rolling up with no plates. They had to stole this car.
Yeah.
But anyway, it didn't pan out that way.
They knew the Mexican hot wired it though.
Hey, I was looking for ice. I was like, dude, I'm telling you. I was a little, but no, it all worked.
Anyways.
It worked out great. It worked out great. Hats off to the Sutter County Sheriff.
I'll say I do appreciate their presence out there. I mean, they picked up 5 DUI guys
Oh
that
yeah,
night.
those are
and,
5 guys that could have taken us out
Yep.
going fishing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, yes, sir. We're 10 minutes.
Sponsors on the table.
Oh, so you guys, I put out a video of me blowing up a reel, having some issues with it.
Well, Eric blew up the reel.
Eric,
Let's
blew-
get that right.
yeah, sorry, Eric
Oh,
blew
I
up the
will
reel.
blow up a motherfucker.
So had a reel issue, using the wrong reel, but my reel sponsor came through. Got a new Akuma. What one is this? I didn't even look.
Cold
this.
water.
Cold water. I'm looking to put some
CWS.
line on this. CWS. This is going to be the new reel. Thank you for Champions Cleaning Solutions for the sponsorship on the reel. We're going to be putting this thing here to use in a couple weeks.
Yep.
And yeah, so.
Very nice.
Any hats? New hats?
Oh, yes. So, new hats. Gonna make my wall of hats up here that you can't see, but Drake donated a couple hats. One of these will get used, and one of these will be put on my hat wall. That's you can barely see the bills, but
Let me see that.
yes.
Oh, that's
great.
a nice one.
That's a nice
That's a
one.
nice
It's a
one.
Richardson. Looks like a Richardson's hat,
Yeah.
which is awesome. So
Yeah, nice
talk to D
snapback.
Lakes on how to get a hat, but I'm gonna be wearing one of these. And if you have a hat you want me to promote, just send me a hat. He's all gonna
Take
steal
a
a
look at
hat.
the other one.
I want
I don't
that
wear
one.
hats, but I like this one. That's
You
a nice
need to
one.
wear a hat because
That's a nice one.
Cover
I got a
that.
pretty head. What are you talking about?
so anyway,
Nice hat, though.
couple other things going on. We have Catfish Bash coming up.
Yes, we do.
What is it? It's October. What is that, Eric? 18th, something like that.
Yes,
18th.
October 18th.
Lake Mendocino. Last week, go to our podcast on YouTube. Look at, listen to, watch. We talked a lot about the bash, a lot about the decisions made about the number of fish and what have you. A lot of good conversation about that, but it is a 6-fish bag limit. Go put in the work, figure out what you can do. But Lake Mendocino, you can still register up to like Thursday night before the, so what is that, the 16th?
Yeah.
If the tournament's on the 18th. $150 will get you into this tournament. I think there's like only 11 teams registered right now. So bigger chance to win something.
Yep.
It's a blast. Go out there, try to catch 6 catfish. If you think you got the what it takes to catch 6 catfish, I can't catch 6 catfish on that lake. I think last time we did it, I caught 2 catfish.
It's gonna be
But
tough.
I'm up for the challenge. Like I said,
I got
2
that.
catfish, 6 catfish, blue catfish. I don't care. We're gonna go out there and give it hell, and the chips fall where they fall.
Uncle Jimmy Stinkfinger, baby.
Uncle Jim. Or don't forget, we have another secret bait. We proved at the last bash.
Yeah.
Is chicken feet. You got to use the chicken feet.
Yep.
That was a joke, Stoney.
It was a joke, but
What if you soaked your chicken feet, Uncle Jimmy Stinkfinger?
That's my new bait, Uncle Jimmy, Kansas City Jimmy, Stinkfinger bait. No, but the only reason why I say is that the next day, on Friday, we used the chicken feet. Some fell off the hook, whatever. The next day, the fish in our live well, we had 3 fish in the live well. We're throwing up shit. There's a bunch of crawdads in there.
Yeah.
There was chicken feet in the live well that these fish threw up. So yes, they will eat a chicken foot. Now, will they eat it on a hook? I don't know. But we are definitely going to be going and doing the chicken foot dance and see if we can get next tournament. I'm telling you. Well, at Clear Lake, I don't know what's going to happen. The championship tournament I'm using. That's assuming I get into it.
Yeah.
It may be a wild card.
You're right on the bubble right now.
I'm on the bubble. This tournament could make or break. There could be some guys that are fishing this tournament. They're going to push me out.
I've got to fish this tournament because, we're only 6, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to take that chance of getting pushed out.
And you've already missed the tournament, too.
You missed
Yeah.
him.
I missed the Mendocino.
Right,
Yeah.
because his back hurt.
Yep. That's what happens when you get old.
My back hurts and I still go.
Yeah, but you don't fish.
I fish. I just don't catch. Anyway, we got a few minutes left. We're about almost 10, 15. Is there anybody on that want to?
I got to regress a minute.
Uh-oh,
I got to
regress.
regress a minute. Back to yesterday's fishing.
Yesterday.
I got to tell you, Stoney caught one of the biggest salmon I've seen.
It was a big one. I
That
caught the
thing-
biggest one today, too.
That thing had to be close to 40 pounds.
It was
It was a big old buck. It was a beautiful fish.
You can see it on
Big
Facebook.
fish. Big fish.
Yep.
So
The one
I
I caught
learned-
today was like 30 pounds, 34 pounds.
I learned 2 things yesterday, like I said on the boat.
Uh-oh.
I learned that Stoney can actually catch a fish. And then I actually learned that the guides can catch fish. Because Rob got to catch a fish.
Rob got to catch a fish.
And I was his net man.
You were. You did an
And
awesome job as a
It was
netman.
awesome to see him actually get to catch a fish. And
They very rarely get to.
yeah, they very rarely get to do that. So it was pretty cool to watch him fight that fish and enjoy himself a little bit.
Yeah. Now people are like, well, wait a minute. Where's the guide catching a fish? Well, so this thing with yesterday was not a guide trip.
Right.
it was a buddy trip. It was, Rob we go with, we pay for trips throughout the year. He had hit Anthony up saying, hey, I had a few cancellations. He was going to go out anyway. Call it a scouting trip. They go out, they scout. And he said, hey, why don't you guys jump on? We got some video for him. And we went on a scouting trip. In fact, what kind of cool is Devin's talked about doing some scouting trips. I had a guide hit me up today. Here I am, 420 kicked in again. But I did have a guide. This is one of Kevin's buddies.
You'll fix it in post.
I will fix it in post, but they wanted me to go out and do a scouting trip with him on some steelhead this week, but I'm going to be gone. I said, hit me up next week.
Yeah.
But Dakota, see, I knew it was
There we
coming to
go.
me. I'm a little
There we go.
slow. Dakota,
We're used
Dane,
to that.
yeah, Dakota hit me up and wanted to go out and do a kind of a scouting trip. And
Yeah.
if you guys want scouting trips, you want some footage, you want to promote your business, that's what we're all about. So
Yeah.
hit me up, we'll get you out there. Anybody online want to chime on? Anything they want to say? I can't even talk. Chime in.
Shout out there. Anything? Dave?
I know. Eric was saying he wanted to do a little thing here about
About-
the closing of anybody online that wanted to
Shout out.
either
anything.
shout out of their own little business or
So is Kevin
guide
on at all?
service, or-
Did he drop? He
Dave
never comes.
Mayo's online.
Yeah. But if you're a guide, anybody's on, you want to shout out what you do, your business, now's the time to do it.
Doesn't
Here's
even have to be a
the
guide. Could be Champions Cleaning Solutions, whoever.
anything,
Or if
anything you want to
Ruben
say.
wants to say anything mean to Stoney, that's fine.
We can do that too.
All right. This is what I love about this podcast. Everybody gets on, but nobody wants to talk. Usually I got Ken talking, Dave talking, Warren talking, and everybody's gotten silent. So 5 minutes ago, here's your moment of fame. 5 minutes of fame. Oh, that's what we can do. The last 5 minutes, we can call 5 minutes of fame.
There we go.
I'm gonna unmute everybody or ask everybody.
There we go.
My producer's asking people to unmute if you want something to say. I know Dave Mayo's hasn't been out in a while.
I know. Is
Warren's-
Papa Ken on there?
Papa Ken
Yeah,
is
kids on there.
Ken is
Well,
on. I was
then-
going to say he's
then-
getting into
then-
retirement mode.
I was gonna say then Ken needs to promote getting that boat sold.
Right? Aren't you selling a boat, Ken?
Oh, Ruben's on.
Ruben, my brother is on. My brother
Nice.
from another mother. What's he doing?
I don't know what.
Odie's
he's
staring at the door like, let me out.
Yeah.
Ken, you selling a boat? I think you're selling a boat.
I guess he doesn't want to talk about it.
You don't want
Might
to
be a
talk about it.
bad thing, right?
I think Ken logged on and just stepped away, so it
Could have
makes
been.
it look like he's on. That's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, we got those numbers though.
No, Ken is selling his boat. He's moving to Idaho, I believe.
Idaho, I think. yes.
Idaho. And yeah, so go on Ken Caccini's Facebook page, or I think I even shared it.
Place.
Marketplace.
Yeah, it's a nice.
Check
truck
out his
with-
boat. It's a gorgeous boat. I would buy that boat if it fit in my garage.
Yeah.
I have one restriction. I don't like my boat sitting outside. All my boats have to fit in the garage. In fact, my wife was talking about getting a new car the other day, and I know the garage is like 22 feet deep.
Yeah.
So every car we were looking at, I made sure was longer than 23 feet. So it won't fit in the garage. So that way I can get a bigger boat and go diagonal against a 3-car garage.
There
So
you go.
I'm in the market probably for a 22-foot boat. Jet, but it can't be a solid top. It's got to fit in the garage. So I think
Yeah.
that it's
Gotta have
probably
a
a
canopy.
6 or 7 foot height
Yeah.
is my limitation.
Yeah, about
So-
7 foot.
It's about 7 foot.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for. Will it happen this year? Probably not.
He would like to have a windshield.
Oh, I love a windshield boat. Sorry,
Yeah.
I know guys are like, no,
It
you
messes
don't want
his hair up.
don't want to mess my hair up, but
Yeah.
windshield boat for sure. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Maybe next year, but
Yeah.
and a jet. I think I'm going to do the jet thing. I was like on the fence, but after spending so much time on the river for salmon, I'm like, you know what? These lakes are getting all blown out with a mussel thing, and I don't want to deal with the lakes. So there's plenty of fish,
And like my ex-wife.
plenty of fish in the river.
I was thinking you got blown out by the muscle thing.
I got a new term when we're catching these salmon. Darren's like, I got one. I got a meat mussel on. I got a meat mussel.
Meat missile.
Meat missile. You got a meat missile. That's what it was. Big old meat missile. But yeah, that's his new term is when you cook that salmon up, give a shout out to Darren and say, look, I got a meat missile on. Yes. They
Yeah.
are meat missiles,
Yes,
man.
they
Those
are.
take off, and we've caught a few in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And man, if you have not caught salmon fever,
Yeah.
you got to get the salmon
You know, I
fever
was thinking about it the other day when we went out with Rob the first time.
the first time.
That was the first time I've caught a salmon in over 20 years.
Holy Toledo!
Seriously.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't fish for him really, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, been 20 years.
20 years. All right. Well, you know what, guys? It is at the top of the hour. We're about ready to finish. I'm going to try to get this podcast out tomorrow morning. As a lot of you guys know, I'm leaving to Hawaii tomorrow. Hawaii. So I'm hoping to get this
Go
thing
hang
out.
with my brother over there.
I'm hoping we're going to give your
Yeah.
brother a call, see what kind of trouble we can get into.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll be doing some videos and things from Hawaii. Hopefully, I'll go live once or twice. Definitely going to potentially try to get a fishing trip out of this when I go out there.
There you go.
And yeah, I'm trying to get the podcast out early tomorrow morning.
Get a tan.
Get a little bit of tan. The Fish Kevin Brock podcast on Thursday may or may not happen. It just depends on where I am and what I'm doing, but we may end up pushing it to next week. And within the next few weeks, we're going to change the platform and no longer be Zoom. We'll probably do one more Zoom call, and then after that, it'll be streamed live to all the social media platforms. Not TikTok, but Facebook.
Gonna burn another
YouTube.
one, Stoney.
What's that?
Oops, burnt another one.
Oops, burnt another one. That's what it is. Burnt another one. And that can be interpreted in many ways. I'm going to go burn another one. Anyway, we're at 8
Not
o'clock.
420.
Yes, sir. I want to be respectful of people's time. Thanks for calling in. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Old Farts Fishing, but all the other sites are Fishing with Stony Stone.
Don't forget to follow Standard Issue Fishing Team on Facebook.
Standard
Like us.
Issue Fishing, Darren Mayhew, and then Mayhew Makers.
Makers, yes.
Custom fabrication. If you are a boat owner and you need any fabrication, you need a tower built, you need rod holders built, you need a box built,
Yep.
any aluminum welding, hit up Darren. What's the best number to get a hold of you?
Best number is going to be 916-261-8278.
Yep. And he's got this cool little skig thing we're using for trolling for catfish on those high winds and very slow speeds.
Yep.
What is it called? The Wind Tamer?
Wind Tamer, yeah.
Wind Tamer skig. Talk to him about that. And those we've prototyped them. We've tested them.
Yep.
Got a lot of great comments, got a lot of negative comments, but you know what?
Yeah.
That's how it goes. But
Yeah.
I've been using it for a while. It works.
Yeah.
Especially the key with that product is it's not meant for normal trolling. It's really meant for slow speed,
Yeah.
high winds,
Yeah.
and it definitely helps stabilize things.
Yeah.
So check it out. Give them a call, and that's it.
Yeah.
So until next week, we are going to be back. I think I get back on Sunday, and that means we'll be doing the podcast on Monday.
And I won't be here next Monday. I'll be celebrating my anniversary.
All right. So if you want to be a guest in studio, I got an empty seat because he's
Yep.
going to be celebrating his anniversary.
Yep.
So hit me up and we'll get you on. Peace out, everybody. Have a good night and tight lines.
Woohoo!